Hey, what's up? I'm Duma,
And I'm Emmeline.
and we are excited with what God is getting ready to do in Orlando. Actually, it has already begun. This has been a journey for a few months, going on a little bit over a year now, of what is now Crown Church Orlando, and we're excited to just be here to talk a little bit about it. What made us want to be a pastor and start a church? Actually, we did not want to pastor. I know I didn't, and I did not want to start a church personally, but it started with a story where my mom told me when I was about 3-4 years old, and she asked me, what do I want to be? And I told her that I wanted to be a pastor. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if it was true, but throughout the course of my life, I tried to get involved into other things, and it just wasn't as fulfilling as being involved in ministry. I guess my mom actually was right. It's actually the calling that I feel the most fulfilled in, and that kind of gave me an indication that I'm going in the right direction. Babe?
Well, as for me, I pretty much grew up in the church, and I've always had that exposure to ministry. I've always been passionate about children and families, and so as I look at the course of my life, it doesn't surprise me that we are here after having connected with Mr. Alphonse. It furthermore confirmed the calling that's on our lives. And
one of the things that I wanted to make sure when it came to going into ministry was to make sure that we were going into ministry with the right message. I wanted to make sure we avoided a zealous error. Didn't want to go and bring my idea to God's table, so to speak. And so I started studying, in depth as far as God's church, and the recurring thing that kept coming up was, a kingdom. And so from that mindset, from that perspective, studying our position in God and understanding that we are King's kids. And that's kind of where that concept of Crown Church came from.
And why Orlando? We both had an opportunity to spend numerous years here. We've attended high school, college, we've served in ministry just right here in Orlando, and we've come to love the city. And so what better place to serve than the place that's poured into us, which is the city beautiful, Orlando.
Most people won't know this, but what is it about Millennia Elementary School?
You're not supposed to be interviewing me. Why Millennia Elementary? So here's the deal. We grew up right here in Central Florida. As a matter of fact, I attended Salyer Elementary, which is up the street. When Duma moved from Miami, he lived right up the street as well. And so as we were praying and considering a location, God led Duma right here to Millennia Elementary. We're excited because, again, this is home for us, and we're able to serve the families, the students, parents, and even connect with local organizations to help advance the kingdom of God at the end of the day.
Because we came in from the standpoint of, we don't need anything, we don't want anything.
How could we serve?
How could we serve? What's your vision? What's your heart for these 2 elementary schools that you oversee? Because at the end of the day, that's more fulfilling for us as a church. The vision of Crown Church is transforming followers into leaders that impact, influence, and change the world. We're going to get there really through this process of where a person first that is exposed to the community of Crown Church, you'll go through a discovery process and discover God's purpose for your life and His plan for your life. And then the next phase of that is really a development process where once you discover what God has created you to do and be, you commit to the process of developing that gift and that potential. And this is a community of people where we're going to love you through the ups and downs of life. And the most important part is really why I believe that Crown Church exists. And that is that process of deployment, where once you discover what God has called you to do and you've developed in it, we as a ministry need to do everything in our power, within our resources and our relationships, to make sure that you have that platform and that opportunity to go and sow that gift into the world and help humanity. And so that's pretty much the mission of Crown Church and why we're here.